friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, and if you're new here, welcome. If you are one of my subscribers, I want to thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Today I've got a little bit more organizational content for you all, and I hope that if any of what I share with you today helps you, I hope that you carve out some time, because one of the things that I'm thinking about when I do these organizational projects is really how they are ultimately going to help me be a better creator, or have things in place so that it is much easier for me to create. And I'm sorry, I'm just moving one of my lights. So hopefully you don't see too much glare. But here I'm going to go through the state of affairs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But first, I'm going to just show you what is working for me. So this is a case that I purchased. It has a, I will open it in a sec, but it has a 3-ring binder, if you will. It's all plastic. It closes with a snap there, and it has magnetic sheets on one side, and then it also on the back side has ones that like you could put cling stamps, like if you had a die and a stamp set. So I got this eons ago. I don't see any markings. Let me just flip it over, look around. I got this at a creative keepsakes convention a long time ago. So I actually had all of my dies in one of these, and I ended up switching so that all of my alphabets would actually be in here. Sorry, this one, I think this must have some sticky residue. So all of my alphas, any types of alphas that I have, are ones that I keep here. And you'll see that this is where I was talking about, oh yeah, there's definitely some gunk or something on it. So but that's where you could use it for cling stamps. But all of my alphas live here in terms for my dies. I am going to be going through some stamps as well, so, or stamp storage, so I will show you that as well. So I decided to go ahead, and many years ago I bought these Avery L pockets, or pockets by somebody. It might not be, these may not all be Avery L, but I decided to use the magnetic sheets just like I had in the binder, essentially, to be able to just kind of flip through my dies. So these are still holding up really well, no issues, but we are not all that fortunate. Because look, some of these need to get replaced. Some of these, it's because I just go in them very often that they're starting to do that. So these are some newer ones to me, so I definitely need to package those. You can see I've tried to salvage it with some tape. Like some of these just needed some TLC. I'm not really concerned about keeping dies with their families. So for example, I'm not super interested in just keeping these like together, like on their own sheet by themselves. I can definitely see, because I know I have a newer, there it is, a newer, some newer thinlits that if I can find the room on some of these other where there's some greenery, I will add these to it, and I'm not too concerned about doing any of that, like splitting. I don't, I don't create for as my business or my livelihood, so mixing them up is not a big deal to me. It probably is to some other people, but it just isn't a priority for me. So I'm just when I do go through these, I will go ahead and just make some decisions about where to keep things. Okay, so these are the newer ones. Now let me show you my stamp storage. These are all my stamps. All the stamps that I own are here, even ones with collections. This is from a collection. They all fit here. I don't use them very often, and so for that reason, I don't buy very many. I can tell you the last one that came into my space. I know exactly which one it was. Let me just see if I can find it. It came in a warehouse box, and that's the only reason I have it. Could I have taken it? Maybe not. I don't think I packaged it. Maybe I put it in one of the back sides. I will show you. I will show you for sure. I'm very happy though, because I have actually started to do a little better job at well, I guess it's not really important, but it's in here, and I can just tell you, I just don't buy them very often. The ones I do have, I've just had for many years. I've gotten rid of stamps just because they're not my thing. I just don't use them. I don't even remember these. Okay. I didn't even know I had. I don't have any dies, but I guess I do have some of these. Okay. Maybe I just ran out of pockets. That may be. Oh, here it is, right here. This is the one I was looking for. This is from the Spring Farmhouse Simple Stories. This came in the warehouse box. That's the only reason this is here. Okay. So these pockets are definitely in better shape. I just, there's so few of them that I need to just tidy them. That's the only thing I'm going to be doing with this one. And then obviously looking to see whether or not I need extra pockets. So I use both sides just because, and then I just use some cheap white cardstock to, as inserts for these. Okay. So that's the overview. Those are the two things that I'm going to work on today. Oh, and then I do have this one. I don't know if I'm going to take it out of its package or not. I haven't decided. But this is one that has been in my stash for a very short time. I did buy this one, but I'll tell you why I bought this one. Because it was only $1, and I definitely think I could use more background stamps. That I'm probably more apt to use than anything else. So here's just, I did a layout not that long ago for, oh gosh, what was that for? I think it was for the Tool Time Tuesday, maybe the month of March, where I used, the prompt was for stamps. So for that reason, I just kind of left this in here for myself. And so I just need to make a decision about that. But I'm going to start with the dies. Okay. So this is going to be crinkling because I'm just going to show you what I'm using. I have not, and it's going to be probably really glary. These are the 5.5 by 7 3/4 pockets. They're for large stamps and dies from Avriel. And let me see, where did I buy this? These are, I don't know where I bought them. Maybe Amazon. These are called self-adhesive magnetic. These were originally 8.5 by 11. And they were self-adhesive rubber magnet. Oh, it cut off. Rubber magnet something. And then there were 12 pieces. So 12 8.5 by 11 pieces that I have cut down. Oh, look, there's more. I did have some Avriel pockets. And I knew I had some little ones. So here's where I stored them. I just threw them all in there. Great. Okay. So I have some that are ready to go, which is great. But here are the adhesive sheets. They're called adhesive sheets because you can take this off. I don't bother with any of that. I just cut them in half, the 8.5 by 11, cut them in half. And I'm going to use them for my sheets that will go in my Avery pockets. Now, I'm just doing a quick run through here to see if I have to trim them down. Look at that. Nope, they are perfect. They probably, yeah, it'll probably stick out of the top, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna wait to just see how the dies stick on here, even though it's a little bit taller. But you'll see, like, I bought that 12 sheet and this is what I have left. Yeah, it looks like I try to punch holes in them as well to be able to use them for my alphas. And so I left one probably just as a guide so that if I have to do it again, I can just use this one to do the, so I'm just trying to stretch this because they've been at the back of a cabinet. So that's all you really have to do. And then if you want to cut it down, if you want it to fit perfect in the pocket, more than happy, go and do that. Okay, so I think one of the things that I do try to do is that I try to keep, like, if I have particular product that is themed, I do try to keep those together. For example, this is like a Christmas tree and like presents and things like that. This is supposed to be like berries and different things like that. So because this is more winter theme, I think it's supposed to be berries. Yeah, here it is. I do try to keep these together, if that makes sense. But these, for example, I will not. I tried, but they don't, when I'm in a rush, I could probably do a better job with that one, do a better job with this one. This is one of my most recent ones, and I will tell you, this was one that needs to get replaced, but this is one from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. This is another one that could use some help. Some of these are really big, and so I'm good with them the way that they are there. I think I could do a better job with this one. This one definitely needs to get replaced. Look at this. This one is good. This one has a bunch of bows. All right, so that one is good. See, these are really big, right? And so it leaves very little room up here. But I'm wondering, even if it stuck out a little bit, could I put two of these big ones? Maybe move that one. Could I move? Let me see if I can get this sheet out of here. Can I move two of these and put two of them on one sheet of these larger ones? I don't tend to use these very often, but every once in a while I will, to give the impression like doilies. Just gonna try to see if these will fit. They will fit. Okay. All right. So what was I going to do? Is one of these broken? No. Okay. So let me just show you what this will end up looking like. Hopefully it doesn't get caught anywhere. So even when it's sticking out, if this bothers you, like, you could just ignore me and just do your own thing. But this is such a, like, I just think not being able to put two of these is such a waste. But that's just my own personal opinion. So I just don't know how these are going to, well, these will be laying down. They're not like my stamp storage where I look for them like this. So I think that will be fine. So I do have this other side that I can play around with. See, this is how I tend to do them. So I think I will shift this over. Oh, this is ripped. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of all of these ripped ones. Might as well rip it all the way. Okay. Here, let me use the back of this. And I'm going to use, I use this one a lot less often. Some of these I remember getting free from, like the goodie bag from the Creative Keepsakes folks. I know for sure, I one year I did get some Tim Holtz ones. Where do you store your bigger, thicker? I know there's a name for them. I can't think of the name. But where do you store these kind of dies? I don't know what they're called. Where do you store these? Because I'm having a little bit of a challenge with those, because those are the ones that I got for free. And they just kind of live in my drawer with the, they live in the drawer with my other dies because they're small, but I do have others that are a little bit bigger. Okay. There's that. And then, cool. Okay, this, I think I need to do a better job. Okay, so I think this I can move somewhere. This I can also move somewhere else. This is ripped anyway. I almost wish that I knew if the ones that ripped were the other manufacturer I bought. If they were not Avery's. Oh, this one's stuck here. Just make sure. Oh, this one's stuck too. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. Okay. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's see. Yeah, there's some adhesive down here. Okay. This one is a little bit ripped, but just a tiny hair there. My solution to those is usually washi. But let me try to pick a good washi. Oh, this is really thin. All right, we'll see how this does. Okay. All right, so this is more of that. This one's good, right? Is that what I said? That one's just a little bit ripped. It's not bad though. Okay. All right, so let me go through these and let me see what's ripped and take those out of here. So this one is ripped. These are ones I don't want to forget. Here's another sheet. Here's another sheet. Here's some more dies. Here's another ripped one. Ripped. Here's another ripped one. For this one, I know I definitely want a to keep the tall. No, I'm going to keep the same one for the same reason as those other ones that I did. I just want to be able to fit two. Perfect. Okay. And then I have the other dies in the back. Now, here's an Ariel. I think these are Ariel. This is the one I had left in that pocket. So somebody's getting in trouble upstairs. That one is good. Here's an empty. Let me just thumb through here. Let me see if there's any other. Yep, here's another pocket. And sorry, already. Okay. Won't have to do that anymore. Okay. Let's see. What is here? Okay. This I'm going to set off to the side. This I'm just going to keep here. This is all foliage, if you will. So this is stars. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Here's another one. It's you know what? Take this out. And I'm going to put, this is when I used to do, oh, I just ripped it. When I used to do Project Life. Okay. No, these are definitely sturdier. They feel sturdier. Those were probably like an off-brand I bought. Okay. I'm happy with that one. So these are ones that I definitely want to work on. So let me take all of this out. Take this out. Put that there. I don't think, no, this is not one that has stuff in the back. Neither is this. Keep all of these like this. Okay. Don't ask me why some of those had white paper. I think I just prepped a whole bunch. So these are to make like tags out of any paper. And then these are, oh, what are these called? To make those. whatever those are called. Okay. I tend to use these a lot less often. Oh, man. I think I'm going to move this key over here. Is this the one that has stuff in the back? Shapes. I like to use these for like tags. Tags. I think that's why these are all here. But this one, not so much. This is not really tag. And then this one, maybe I can put that one here too. And these. And I can keep this for, I can keep this more for like shapes. So like, for example, all of these hearts. I like using hearts. And I'm going to keep the stars together. Stars. Okay. Are there any other shapes? I don't think so. All right, so these are good. Just gonna reorganize. This is not really, there we go. That's better. And then these are more like tags like this, if you will. And then these are flags, but you can also obviously journal and do all that stuff. This one's not fitting very well. I may move this one to the back. Let's see how does this one do? Maybe, there we go. I'll just move this one to the back. All right, so I think, oh, this one is ready to go in the plastic. Here we go. No, it is here. And this is ripped too. Okay. Did I say this one's ripped? No. Okay. I guess this is technically a shape. Even though I don't really know what it is, but it's technically a shape. So I will put it there. Call it good. I think I'm going to put this one, since it has like, I don't have any other themes. I'll throw that one on there as well. Okay. Oh, I got an itch. All right, I'm going to take this out. Aren't these pretty? They're pretty pink ones. I don't know if they're all gonna, no, they're not gonna fit here. Maybe I will put these on their own. Yeah, I think I'm going to put those on their own. Grabbing my first Avery L here of the new ones. I'm going to just throw these in here. It's a little snug, but it is going in. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. So when I add to any more dies, if I do, which I think I probably will because I've been really enjoying using them, I can just add to these if they're small. They're perfect. Okay, now off to deal with these. Here's this. Oh, here's the empty. Let me take these out. I think that will be the easiest way. So guys, I'm shifting over to a voiceover because I ended up getting interrupted during the original filming of the last portion of the video. So here I'm just, I end up putting all of the remaining botanicals, leaves, I don't know what you'd want to call it, whatever you call these pieces. So I'm trying to just make sure that I fit them all on, or do my best to try to fit them on one sheet. And I've consolidated some of the previous ones, as you probably saw. And but don't worry, I'm going to come back towards the end of the video and I'm going to share with you basically everything that I did in case you missed anything or I stopped taping. So I did end up decide to keep these just because I want a quick reference to be able to look at the stamped or die cut pieces, if you will. So for that reason, I kept them. I did keep the packaging. Those are all the ripped ones. So I am tossing them, throwing those two in the recycle bin. But I did keep my, the Tim Holtz dies. I did keep the storage that they came in because I may be able to repurpose them for something else. So now I think I'm shifting over to, I finished everything to do with the dies and I'm shifting over to kind of just organize myself to get working on my stamps. And I'm just actually just, looks like I'm just going through my supplies, what I have left over so that I kind of know and I can easily just tuck them into a separate storage. So here I'm just going through my stamps and the ones on the right hand side are ones that I know for sure need to get reorganized. So some of these I'm like, no, this makes sense. That one, I think I'm going to consider not repackaging them, but reorganizing them and tidying them up. Some of these are perfect. Some of these are good to go as is, and that's the pile on the left. Some of these I think I just want to think through a little bit more, and that's where the majority are going. These alphas, yeah, they've been in my stash for a really long time. And some of these in the middle, when I'm realizing, I'm like, these are packaged just fine. I just need to organize them into themes because that's how I originally had my stuff kind of stored in here. Again, I don't have a lot of stamps. Those are all having to do with Christmas and winter, except there was a random Halloween one in there, so I took that one out. Those, I'm just looking for themes. This has to do with friends and school related things, and I'm like, wait, that is like a birthday thing. And this other one, this other Heidi Swapp stamp set, I'm like, that is also birthday themed. Let me, since I'm keeping my stuff with themes, let me keep everything together. And there, oh, I'm like, there's another party birthday type thing. I'm like, let me keep that one together. And I think I found another alpha, or I'm just tidying up these alphas. Oh, I'm putting them in because now I'm starting to get a little probably claustrophobic with too much stuff on my desk. So this is a winter one, and I was like, oh look, this one came in a virtual crop kit that I attended, and I'm like, hey, I gotta put it where I'm gonna use it. This is all my winter stuff. So that's perfect. Winter, Christmas, that's all I have. There's another section for floral. I'll come back and talk about that one in a sec. That one is everything with hearts, right? Love, 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 hearts, heart, hearts. This one is, again, all about friends. That one's the Halloween one. I'm like, and so you're going to see that I'm going to start to make a everyday kind of section for journaling, everyday type stuff, and then I'm gonna start pretty soon. I've set that one off to the bottom right hand side because that one I'm noticing has a couple of floral elements, and I want to put those, even though they're kind of everyday stamps. Oh my goodness, listen to my voice. Even though those are like everyday kind of stamps, I've decided like I want those probably a little bit closer to my floral botanical section, if you will. So this is travel. So I'm just looking at these. I'm going to have to make some choices here because one side is really more like everyday and the other one is more travel related. So I can tell you I've just recently used this and it's working like a charm. I just completed a layout with that stamp set that's sitting right in front of me loose. And this one has, I'm noticing like, I'm like, oh, this would be perfect here because this is all travel related pretty much. And I'm just going to put those in the travel section. I think those are all, I'm trying to remember that stamp set. I don't remember. Oh, that one has to do with florals. So I'm debating what to do with that one. This one has some floral elements, even though they're mostly like everyday stamps. Oh, and I ripped it on top of it. So it was good that I was fiddling with it because I would have gotten really frustrated. And it was really stuck to that cardstock. There must have been like a sticky spot on the packaging. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to I changed the Avery L pocket, and here's some additional ones, and I'm kind of looking through them again. So I know that's like friends, that type of thing. And this came again in another like free something or other. And they're darling, but I never use them. So it's leaving my space. I did decide to unpackage my Stamping Up this stamp that I have. It's a background stamp, or I consider it a background stamp. So for that reason, I'm just keeping it. I'm just going to repurpose the case, and then I'm going to put it in here because otherwise it's just kind of taking up space. It doesn't really fit too well in my container, and I'm fussing with the price tag, my dollar stamp. My dollar stamp set. Okay, so, all right, so this one is definitely going to go towards the back of the everyday sayings, like I was saying, next to the botanicals. And then slowly but surely, the ones left on my desk will start making their way into the container. I thought about making some dividers, but I'm I don't have that many of them that I don't like. I can't just flip through it and find it. I'm not, I don't buy them. So I think it would just be, honestly, it would probably be more of a hindrance. So I decided to just go ahead and just uh, just be able to flip through them and not add any dividers. So here I've taken those butterfly and dragonfly stamps out of their packaging. And I'm just looking to make some matches here because I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this is love and everyday. So, um, yep, those are going in. I have some other everyday ones. And then these are mostly the Halloween one is kind of by itself. And then the other ones are all floral or what I call botanical. So it has the butterflies, but it also has phrases and sayings related to flowers, if you will. So I just decided to go ahead and throw all those 3 stamp sets into one pocket and call it good. These are very old Citrus Twist um, small stamp sets. Oh, here's my Halloween one. It's going in by itself just because I don't have anything else Halloween related. And I didn't want to put anything, I didn't want to put it with any others. So I used to keep these stamp sets in these small pockets. And I took them all apart and decided to keep them in the large pockets because I could fit more. But these have a habit of just moving around way too much. And so you see me going through them because I'm trying to read the sayings so that I can perhaps group them a little bit better. There were there were two, I think there were a couple of them that had some sayings that were travel related, if you will. So I decided to pair those up together and put them in the same folder. And then I just kind of try to make these will sit in the front of my storage container just because they are smaller, these smaller kind of clear envelopes. So I'm just trying to make the best kind of matches, if you will. But they will all sit up front. They'll be easy for me to look through. In a little bit here, I am going to come real time and show you what my stuff actually looks like. But because I had gotten rudely interrupted, I decided to just do this not so quick voiceover. So here I'm just going to finish up matching everything, not everything, but almost. Okay, guys, I am coming back to you real time. I have tidied these up and I try my best to keep things, I don't, because there's not that many of them, I don't want to necessarily put like tabs with like sections and things like that. So let me walk you through. I used to have these, not this one, this is like when I make cards, which doesn't happen that often, but these are from Stamps of Life, just little greetings you can put in the back. And this is a mishmash of different things. So, but I love a good little stamp. So, these are from when I used to subscribe to Scraptastic, I want to say, and they always used to have, oh no, or was this Citrus Twist? Might be Citrus Twist. They always used to have, whichever one it was, they always used to have a little stamp set because I used to get, whatever kit it was, it used to come in there. So I used to have these in these smaller pouches, and then I switched over, but they move around too much in the bigger ones, so I went back to the small ones, and they fit right here, right in the front. So these are more like planner type stamps, but I can use them. They deal with, these particular ones are around meals, and this one has a whole bunch of different icons. This is mostly school. These are like everyday sayings, basically, everyday everyday type of stamps. I do have one that I think I showed you guys. This is one where I can use to journal. I've previously gone through my stamps, so these I know for sure are the ones that I want to hang on to for a little bit. I've already gotten rid of some journaling stamps. So this is, again, pet themed. This is more like love, everything to do with love, hearts, that sort of thing. I have a Christmas and winter. I have a section back here which is mostly like this one having to do with like florals and things. So I put my like butterflies and dragonflies here. And then these stamps that I put close by, they're every day, but they also have some floral elements like here and here. Yeah, I think that's it. And then these are a bunch of birthday ones. These are a bunch of vacation travel type. I have put my alphas, so that same kit club that I was referring to, whichever one it was, also had these little alphas they used to occasionally also add into our thing. So I have those. I have some more alphas, and then these are, this is a background, and I did decide to de-kit that Stampin' Up set that I had, which is this one here, just because it'll just be easier for me when I'm looking for a background stamp to come here and just quickly look through it. So that was a lot. I'm sorry I had to kind of switch over the audio because I had visitors that came into my space. So I'm just going to finish tidying up these and then I will put them away for safekeeping until it is time to reorganize again, which hopefully won't be for a little while because things hopefully will be in good shape after this. Look at, I probably should put them in a different bag, huh? This is kind of been through the ringer. Let me see if I can find a good sized bag. How is this one? Oh no, this is like a full sized. I need something kind of in between. Oh, this is a good one. That's a good one. Okay, let's put these in here. And then these go back in the back of my stamping cabinet. My little Sterilite thing that I have, these go in the back of it, so I always know where they are should I need to use them. I'm going to give you an overview of the dies because I didn't finish doing that. These are good to go, and it's fine that it's open. They're not going to fall out. They stand up at the back of the cabinet just like that, right behind that container. Okay, let me show you my beauties. So here are my finished and repackaged dies. I did decide to keep the paper just because I wanted to be able to have a quick shot of what the floral look like for those two. And then here are the rest of them. You see I have room to grow here. I've tried to keep these the like items sort of together. So that's what you see here. Some of these are both sides, some of these are single sides. A couple of them just have minor tears, so I just put some washi. And if they tear, I'll just switch them up. Here's the Christmas ones, here's some bows. So you see, we did it. That's all. These are all the dies that I have, the metal dies that I should say. I do have some other dies, but there's not that many of them, and they're the big clunky ones that Sussex used to have. So if you have any tips on how you store those, do you still keep them? Do you still have them? I'm considering getting rid of them, but I'm not 100% sure if I should. All right, that is it for me for now. And until next time, what do we have left? I should check, right? Let's see. I was going to say until next time, but no, let's check. Oh, I could show you one more thing I've done. Okay. I've done the, I love a good check off. Let's check off Avery L. Pockets, Stamps, and Dies. Done. I have rolling stamps. I have page kits. And I have to go through my Dirty Little Secrets drawers. I did get a question from a couple of people as to what is in my Dirty Little Secrets. You have to remember, I have been scrapbooking since roughly about 1999, 1998, 1999, somewhere around there. So what's in the Dirty Little Secrets is stuff that I've kept in those drawers, mostly by color, of things that I just couldn't bear to get rid of. So medals, flowers, ribbons, and there's probably all kinds of stuff. Now it's been a while since I've even been in there, which is why it's on here. I just need to go through them, decide if I'm going to keep them still. There's been a couple of people that have shown interest in participating in something with the Dirty Little Secrets Challenge. So let me know if you're interested. I have not completely carved out what that will look like or what I will, what the series will be about, besides obviously using the Dirty Little Secrets. So let me know if you're interested in participating in any of that. The other thing I've done, because I was already kind of starting to think about page kits, I'm going to show you. I have gone ahead and done a couple of different things. So I have made a list for myself of the different photos that I have that are printed already. So these are things that I have in the little folders where I keep my photos. These are the different items. And I will tell you why did I do this? Well, let me share with you a little bit of my process. Sometimes I get tired of having to go through my photos each and every time I want to make a page kit, each and every time I want to get ready for a collection obsession, anything that I have to pull from to make a page kit, whether any of my series, I like to just at a glance take a look at what I have first, right? In terms of photos, because at least for me, because I kind of am familiar with these photos, because obviously I look at them quite a bit when I was making my kits. I know pretty much the color palette. I may have to pull it and just double check and see if things work. But in a quick, I'll just not even look. I'm going to point to one. So this I already know. Like if it's this one, my little niece's kindergarten photos, I know the predominant colors are wood grain, white, blue, and I think maybe some pink, if I'm not mistaken, but it's mostly those colors. It's a bright pink if it is. So if it's this other one where it's my stepdaughter and she's at this where she's hiking and she's gone to this particular place, it is lots of it's water, it's falls. So think about like outdoorsy, some greens, some neutrals, obviously because of the earth. I believe she's wearing a like orangey type sweater, rust color, if you will. So I kind of know like the colors so that I can just take a look at this and I can be like, okay, so if I'm going to sort through, because one of the other things that's not on my other list that we just went through is that I'm going to try to go through my themed collections just to familiarize myself with them again, because it's been a while since I've gone through that section of my shelf, and to see if I can match them up to any of these, because that would be great if I could. the other thing I've done is I think I'm going to try this and see how it works. The other thing I've done is this is more for myself. Like, what do I have photos of? I could tell you right now in my stash, I have quite a bit of Christmas photos, quite a bit of fall, some summer. I have a couple of different Halloween, outdoors, school related, dog, and then softball still. So this way I can kind of see, I did this twofold, also for the purposes of collections, like what can I match to some of these? Obviously some of them are obvious around Christmas and fall and even Halloween. But I don't have that many outdoor collections. So I'm like, I might be interested in, next time I see a really good sale where I might spend some money here in the outdoor section because I have quite a bit of that. I have a few birthdays, so I have a couple of birthday photos, it looks like here. And I know I have just a couple of collections, so I think I'm good there. I think I only have one Halloween collection, and this has it's a very theme specific layout that I want to do. So I got to see if I even have anything that coordinates with this. But then what can I do? Like, I don't have any collections that are dog related. I have different papers and I've tried to make some kits out of them. So I probably will try to do some of that first. I do have a fireman layout to do. I have a baby layout that's relatively new from an old photo that I was able to get. So it gives me an idea, right, of what kinds of things might I want to bring into my space, but also what kinds of photos am I taking so that I can supplement, right? So some everyday collections could very much fall into some of these, and I can bring in some additional embellishments. So I would probably go there first, but if in a pinch I needed to kind of look to see where am I using the bulk of my collections, I would probably, and it probably shifts for me just in different years, but for the most part, I think when we talk about the type of scrapbooking that I do, I think it's, for me right now, it's mostly everyday stuff. It's been some home, it's been obviously my girls, our dogs, the one that we lost and our new one, will be getting added into our albums, but also a big proponent there is family and feminine. And so I know that I can pull from, if I didn't want to use primary colors for the school theme layouts, because my little niece is a girl, I can definitely probably shift over and take a look at my feminine collections to see if I might be able to find really good papers that would complement the photos that I have. So for that reason, I wanted to just kind of get an idea of my current pictures. And obviously I will update this as new pictures come into my space. But I like to have, if you've been following me in my organizational videos, you know that I like to, I order my photos in batches. So before, if it's a really heavy photo month, I do try to print monthly, but if it's not, then I try to do every 2 or 3 months. But I think when they come in, I can definitely add to this if with some additional ticks, if the photos, I'm starting to see some patterns in terms of what I'm using. There's probably a better way to capture this, but for me, I just wanted something quick. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time like creating something on the computer or anything like that. I just want a quick visual and see if this works for me first, and then I can think about some other systems. But for right now, I have this. It's a quick cheater sheet, mostly in terms of themes, and then what I have back here are the actual printed photos so that in an instant I can pretty much think about, you know, the photos that I have taken. So, all right. So with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, let's see what we get into next. I'm not quite sure where we'll go from here, but stay tuned. And I hope that you're enjoying this series with me, and that it's motivating you just a little bit to get some things going in your space, tidying up so that we can be just a little bit more organized and more creative. All right, for sure this time. Until next time. Bye.